Infinite banking isn't about investing in life insurance. As a matter of fact, you can't invest in life insurance. Infinite banking is about how you use that tool to your benefit. My name is Darius.
And I'm Carmen. In this video, we are going to discuss infinite banking for beginners. But before we jump into this video, I ask that you please subscribe to our channel. And if you find value in this content, please hit the like button because that significantly helps our channel grow. Now, let's jump into the content. At its core, when we talk about infinite banking, I just want you to think about it as a financial strategy. And other financial strategies that you may have heard are the debt snowball, which is how you pay off your debt, the strategy to eliminate debt, or the debt avalanche. Again, another strategy to pay off debt, right? These are just strategies. So what I want you to think again about infinite banking is it's just a strategy on how to leverage the cash that grows inside of a whole life insurance policy. They are completely separate. They are not intertwined. A whole life insurance policy is life insurance, and infinite banking is how you utilize the life insurance policy. Okay. So now that we are all on the same page, what we want to make sure that you understand is that you can use this system to create financial independence and being able to change the banking functions in your life. What we talk about all the time on this channel, it's just about being able to have more control and ownership when you need to borrow money.
Right. And just to piggyback on that, you've never heard a wealthy person say that they got rich because they have a life insurance policy. They've gotten wealthy because they've used different tools to create wealth.
Yes.
You can't create wealth without doing something. And life insurance is one of those things where you have to borrow the cash value. You have to use the cash in order to invest. It doesn't work the other way around where you invest in life insurance and now you're wealthy. Again, you've never heard anybody say, or any multimillionaire or billionaire say they're wealthy because they have a life insurance policy.
Yeah. Again, it's just the strategy. Now, what you were talking about with the cash value, it just made me think about for those of you who may be watching and aren't up on the vocabulary that we're using. So when we talk about life insurance or whole life insurance, for example, whole life insurance means it is a permanent life insurance product. So that means it is going to be along for your entire life. Right? So buckle up, it's along for the ride. And the great benefit about having whole life insurance is because you don't have to worry about renewing life insurance every time the contract goes up. You have life insurance again for your entire life. Now let's talk about the cash that is available inside your whole life insurance product. Okay. So what happens is you pay your premium and there is cash that becomes available inside the whole life insurance product. And a lot of people confuse this process by thinking that you just have invested money into a whole life insurance product. And that's not the case.
You just paid your premium.
You just paid your premium and a little bit of cash became available to you. This is not an investment. This is a perk of having a whole life insurance policy, is that there is some cash liquidity that you can leverage for your benefit. This has nothing to do with an investment. Okay. So I just want to make sure that we're clear with this, because when you're thinking about infinite banking and there's cash, what is this cash that I'm leveraging? It's the money that is going to grow at a compounded rate every single year inside of your whole life insurance policy.
Right. And the difference between a policy designed for the strategy and a traditional life insurance policy is that you have cash available in the very first year. In a traditional life insurance policy, you may not have cash in the very first year. You may not have cash in the first 3 years. So the idea behind using this strategy when it comes to creating a life insurance policy is to have money available in the very first year. And one of the benefits to infinite banking is the control in which you have those funds and what you're able to do with it. Because when you have cash value, whether you want to use it for investments, whether you want to use it for emergencies, whether you want to use it for some type of major life experience or expense, you have the control to do that, where you're not able to do that when it comes to a loan from the bank, as an example, because you have to use loans from the bank for very specific things, be it a business loan, be it a personal loan, be it a mortgage. You have to use those loans from the bank for very specific reasons. When you get a loan from the whole life insurance policy, you have the option and the control to do with it as you please to make more money.
Absolutely. The next point is tax advantages. Let's talk about that, because with the cash that grows inside the policy, it's growing at a compounded rate. And as long as you don't disturb the growth growth, it is going to grow at a tax-deferred rate. What do I mean by not disturbing the growth is that when you access the cash, you're going to access it in the form of a loan, not a withdrawal, because when you get a loan, that is not going to disturb the growth of the cash. So these are the little nuances that we understand because we've adopted this into our lifestyle and use our policies very frequently through loans. So it's important to understand the advantages that come with these perks, with these products that you have.
Right. And again, just to make sure we hone in on the point, this isn't like your typical or traditional whole life insurance policy. This is a whole life insurance policy that has cash value available in the very first year. And another benefit to having cash value that you're able to utilize for your life experiences is because it provides you with asset protection. Cash value in your life insurance policy is protected from creditors and it's protected from lawsuits. So it gives you an extra layer of security in which you can go about doing your business and make sure that you do still have funds where you can pass it on to the next generation.
Absolutely. And then the last benefit, I mean, there's so many benefits to this, but the last one that we'll talk about on this video is legacy planning. So remember, at the end of the day, what is whole life insurance? It's life insurance. So if you pass, you are able to pass on that death benefit to your loved ones, and they can use that for estate planning, for continuing to grow wealth for the next generation and your heirs. The best part about this infinite banking concept is when you are able to teach the next generation this concept, when the death benefit does pay out, they're able to take this knowledge that they've learned from being able to utilize this financial strategy and apply it to the death benefit so that they can continue to fund the next generation's legacy.
Through investments, emergencies, and whatever life expenses that come up.
Now, you may be asking, Carmen and Darius, how do I get started? Because this sounds super sweet. Well, you're looking at the experts. We are licensed life insurance agents and our entire Wealth Nation team is as well. So if you are interested in getting a policy, then definitely click on the link below. We can help serve you and figure out what is the right product for you and your family. Now, when I talk about working with an experienced life insurance agent, what I mean is you really want to find somebody who is actually adopting, again, like I said before, adopting this lifestyle. This isn't just a sales tactic. This is a lifestyle. So in order for you to be successful with this, you want to make sure that you're working with somebody who is knowledgeable so that they can help you throughout your entire life cycles, because so many things are going to come up and you're going to want to know how to apply the cash value appropriately. So you need to make sure that you work with somebody who actually knows how to apply the cash in ways that is going to benefit you.
Right, because at the end of the day, again, this is a strategy. You can't just have a whole life insurance policy and say that you're doing infinite banking. It takes a lot more than that. It takes a lot more energy and effort on your part to apply the information of the infinite banking strategy as a lifestyle, like Carmen said. Now, the second thing is just to make sure that you choose the right policy. You need to be able to work with a knowledgeable advisor so that they can make sure you select the right policy for you and for your specific situation. Is it investment? Is it life expenses that you want to finance? What is it specifically that you want to accomplish, and how much money do you have for that? Because this is really important that you're able to have that information, articulate that information so that you can have, again, the right policy for your specific situation, because it's not one size fits all.
Now, the next thing that you do once you work with an advisor and you figure out what is the goal that you're going to accomplish, you fund your policy. You pay you go through the underwriting process, make sure that you are insurable, and then you pay your premium. And then once you pay your premium, you wait about 30 days that the life insurance companies typically say to wait, and then you can access your cash value. So once your policy is enforced, you then have access to your cash value, and you can use the accumulated funds to start accomplishing whatever your financial needs are. So like Darius said, if it's for business, if it's for personal, whatever it is that you're trying to do, we can show you how to use the cash value to pay for said item and how to get all of the money back plus interest so that you can continue to fund your banking system.
Right. Now, the insurance company gives you 4 different options on when you pay your life insurance policy. So if you're paying a monthly life insurance policy, every single month you have a cash value payment, you're not going to have the whole cash value available in the very first month. you're only going to have what you paid for that month. If you pay on a quarterly basis, you're going to have 1/4 of what you paid for that quarter. If you pay biannually, you're going to have half. And the same thing when it comes to your annual payment. If you make an annual premium payment, let's say your policy, for an example, our policy is $10,000. We'll have our entire cash value available for that year available to us within the first 30 days because we have an annual policy.
Now let's run through some common mistakes to avoid. The very first one I would say is underfunding your account. And basically what that means is not having access to cash in the very first year. That's why it goes back to, again, everything that we just talked about, working with someone who knows what they're doing and knowing how to apply the cash so that you can make sure your policy is designed specifically for high cash value in the very first year.
Right, because here's the thing. When it comes to your policy where you're designed for infinite banking or to do this strategy, you're going to have flexibility in how you make your premium payments. And sometimes people can choose not to fund the policy completely, which takes away from their ability to borrow from the cash value. So you want to make sure that you do not underfund your policy and still have the expectation that it's going to work the exact same way as if you funded it.
Now, and really what that means, what Darius is saying is don't miss a payment. Don't miss a payment and expect for you to have the cash that you expected on your illustration. If you're not going to pay it, then don't expect the cash that's going to be available to you. Long story short.
Right.
Now, the next point is not understanding how the policy works. And again, these are things that we've already talked about on the video. So it's about you taking ownership and taking the time to understand the terms and conditions that apply to your specific policy and how it may or may not affect you. The third point, again, is not working with an advisor who understands this process, because once you get your policy and you pick up the phone and you go, hey, now how do I start working this thing again? You want to make sure that they're going to be able to pick up the phone and show you how to apply the cash exactly how you need to.
Yeah, that's probably the most important thing, is to make sure you be able to get on the phone with somebody to tell you how to actually apply this information. Because again, if you just get sold a policy and you never hear from your agent again, that's not infinite banking. You don't just have an infinite banking policy. You just have a whole life insurance policy. Infinite banking itself is a strategy where you need to be educated and knowledgeable about on how to apply it in your specific life.
Absolutely. Now, financial empowerment starts with knowledge. So keep learning and keep taking steps towards securing your financial future. Because if we didn't take the steps needed to continue securing our financial future, we wouldn't have learned about this concept. And we probably would have been stagnant in the world of debt, swirling around that drain. And it's because of us taking the action to understand our finances, we came into this level of understanding of infinite banking, and we used it to completely wipe out over $120,000 of credit card debt. So continue empowering yourselves, because you just never know what the next financial strategy could do for you and your family.
Right. So if you want to start a life insurance policy or you want more information, make sure you click on the link below so that we can help find the right plan for you.
And if you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up. Like we said, this significantly helps our channel grow, and we hope that you enjoyed your experience with us today.
Check out our next video where we talk about we didn't break the bank, we became one.
And don't forget to own your own lifestyle.
Or someone else will.